Let God sort him out. This is culturally inappropriate. The new Clipse album dropped last night. Pusha T and Malice, along with amazing Pharrell production, Tyler the Creator, Kendrick Lamar, Stove God Cooks, Nas. You have The Dream, Ab Leva. Yeah, there's a lot of features on this thing, and stacked with features. And the features all eight. I'm not gonna lie. This was a great album. So let's talk about it. Pusha T has been getting a lot of mainstream news lately after the Travis Scott diss, obviously, and all the Travis Scott fans are a little butthurt and kind of coping about it.
What a bad tactic. You have no fans that you have to diss Travis Scott to get attention. Wah, 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 wah.
And in response, Travis Scott is dropping his Jack Boys 2 this Sunday. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Jack Boys 2 is not topping this album. I guess I can't say because the album hasn't dropped, but it's not. It's not. And there's not gonna be a song like we'll get to this in a minute, but the title track, Chandeliers, there's not gonna be a track on Jack Boys 2 that is similar to this song. But anyway, this is not about their beef. This is about the album. So let's talk about it. We have a comeback album for the Clipse brother duo. They reflect on loss. They reflect on kind of loyalty and their ambition in the rap game and their ambition to stay on top and dominate. It's filled with that great chemistry, a lot of sharp lyricism with Pusha T, and oh my gosh, the Pharrell production is amazing. I mean, I was expecting it. I saw all the Pharrell features and he had a lot of hooks in this thing, but hooks aside, his production was crisp. You know, Pharrell is one of the best producers of all time, and with It's Almost Dry, that was an amazing produced album. I knew this was going to be fresh production-wise, and it is. There's some of the best produced tracks of the year on this. I think Pusha T definitely outshined Malice on this thing. Like, I feel like Malice didn't have many. It felt like he wasn't even on this album nearly as much as Pusha T was. It felt like I was listening to a Pusha T album. That's not really a critique, but it being a Clipse album, I guess it could be. You want to have both of them, but they had the chemistry, and seeing this come back in 2025 is it's beautiful. So let's dive into the track list. Looking at the intro track, "The Birds Don't Sing," and this is a beautiful intro. This is a beautiful chorus on the song, and I think it's a reflection of their loss of their parents, and I think it's just a really soulful, beautiful way to start the album. And you start it off with a really quality song, excuse me. I think at that point I was like, yeah, this is a top 3, top 5 album of the year upcoming, which I already knew. I already was expecting it, seeing the track list, seeing what Pusha T put out with the diss. I mean, this is quality. But the next track we have Chains and Whips. We got the Kendrick Lamar feature coming on, but it's a more intense song about power and legacy. And looking at Kendrick's verse, wow, that was a getting Kendrick back on the mic. GNX last year, he hasn't been as active as he was last year. Obviously, one of the biggest hip hop years in history. But this was an amazing feature by Kendrick, and he honestly he stole the spotlight on this song. It was very crisp, very lyrically sharp. But you're looking at another quality song, and then we go into POV, where then we get the Tyler the Creator feature right off the bat. We're getting feature after feature after feature because John Legend. I didn't even mention John Legend on that intro. That's why it's a beautiful chorus, okay? But yeah, you're getting those features immediately, and you're getting pretty hooked into this album. But this is a unique song. This is a internet critique of materialism and all of that. And Pusha T takes a shot at content creators. Love you too, Push. But yeah, I put a community post about that. He takes a shot at content creators. I don't blame him at all. So even if I love Pusha T, I would, if I was a rapper, I'd probably be critiquing content creators too, because 90% of them are fake. Okay, so I don't blame him. Although love you too. Anyway, moving on. But Tyler's contribution to this song is also great. Another really quality feature. I mean, Tyler and Kendrick both dropped an album last year. Been more quiet this year. Not even quiet, but not going to drop an album every month. But you get the features by them, and they really contribute to both of their songs. And Tyler, especially, to this concept of a song. Loved his feature. And honestly, at this point of the track list, probably the best on the album. I think Pusha T's chorus or hook was really catchy, and overall, just a great concept song. Very lyrically sharp. Everything off here is lyrically sharp, but POV is definitely a standout so far. But moving on to the Travis diss track, obviously, So Be It. And I mean, still, this is one of the best diss tracks of the 2020s. I mean, looking at all of the diss tracks that came out last year, obviously some of those top of the 2020s, but this is a standout diss track in rap. This was very lyrically sharp. Pusha T, I'm saying lyrically sharp a lot in this video, but Pusha T was spitting, and he had bars on this thing. And like I said, it's so hilarious watching Travis Scott fans cope about this diss track.
but he's gonna sell more the first week. This and that.
You know, everything's a popularity contest in rap now, even if Pusha T is far more talented than Travis Scott. That's like the biggest thing I always see. I feel like I'm dissing Travis Scott more as much as Pusha T, but you know, Travis Scott, the whole sells conversation shit is so dumb, and he's gonna outsell him. Yeah, if we're talking about sells, then Taylor Swift clears every rap artist, okay? And obviously, no one agrees with that. Why do we take sells into account like it's such a big deal? Like, you know what? This dude just sold more than Pusha T. He's the better artist. He's the better career. He has a place on this earth. Like, people are so dramatic about that. I don't care about sells. I don't care about sells. Okay. But yeah, this was a sick diss track and a standout of this year. One of the best rap songs of this year. But I don't even know about that anymore. With this album dropping, there's more quality songs on the album than that. So Pusha T is definitely a standout in 2025 now. But anyway, moving on to Ace Trumpets, we get a flex track. We see the lyrical talent and their dominance in the rap game. And this is such a cool Pharrell beat. It's a very addicting song. It's reminding me of one of those It's Almost Dry songs that I replay the whole year because it's going to be something I'm going back to a lot. Just a really, really great song. And then on to All Things Considered. Comparing to everything else, I think this is one of the weaker tracks. I mean, it's a great track of loyalty and betrayal, you know, a lot of the stuff that Pusha T likes to rap about. But I really just don't think the hook is that great in this song. I think that definitely bumps it down and it kind of stands out in a negative way. But that aside, it's a decent track. It's not anything bad. It's a good track. It's a great track, but I think the hook is just a little lackluster. And then we have Mike Tyson Blow to the Face, or MTBTTF. Mike Tyson Blow to the Face. But we got a confrontation of struggle and ambition in the rap game. Again, we get that Pusha T style of rap, as well as Malice. Obviously, I don't want to leave Malice out of this. It's a Clipse album, but it's another really cool Pharrell beat, a really sick Pharrell beat. It's another standout track on this album. I think very quality, and yeah, it's another great track. And then we have Abita, EBITDA. I think he says Abita on the song. I don't even know what it stands for, but it's just like a flex of overcoming struggles. Pretty much everything I got out of the song, and I think probably one of my least favorites on the album. Now, there's not a bad track on this album. That's one thing I can say also. There's not a, oh, this is a bad track. The worst on the album are like the least addicting, if it's the production or the hook or just the concept. Like, it's not gonna stand out as, you know, a crazy diss track or anything crazy lyrically, looking at the title track with Nas. But Abita, it's a fine song. It's good, but it's nothing crazy, and I don't think it's a standout. Next track we have FICO, FICO, another abbreviation, and I also don't know what this one is either. But Pusha T is using like credit scores as a metaphor in this song, like a metaphor for like trust and maybe like his reputation in the rap game. That's what I get out of it. It's a good song. I think Stove God Cooks, as much as I love him and loved him on the West Side Gun album this year, I think he was a big standout on that album. I feel like his feature was kind of out of place, but maybe it's because I'm used to him on that, like, you know, abstract rap. The soulful West Side Gun, that type of rap style. So maybe that's why, but I feel like he just didn't really fit. He kind of fell out of place on the song, but it's a good song. And then the next track, Inglorious Bastards, another confrontation of like betrayal and trust, and kind of like loyalties, struggles in rap, you know, things of that nature. This is another song like Abita, where it's a good track, probably one of my least favorites on the song. The beat isn't as addicting as other ones. You know, we've gotten that concept in other songs that were more standout. It's a fine track. Honestly, there's other ones I would replay over it. But then we're into the final 3 tracks of this album, which was a crazy 3-song run, starting off with So Far Ahead, which is a confident track on their influence and ambition. And this is an amazing Pharrell hook, an amazing Pharrell beat. And this is where the start of your ending, Mobb Deep. This is where the start of the ending of the album is, and it just kind of goes up high. Because like I said, this 3-song run is crazy. 3 really, really quality tracks. So Far Ahead's a great track. And then moving into Song of the Year, Let God Sort 'Em Out, Chandeliers. We have it here for a reason. Oh man, this is a phenomenal track. It's a little shorter. For a Song of the Year, I might expect a 3-4 minute song, but dude, this is insane. This is the best beat on the album by Pharrell. Super sick beat. And the beat switch is amazing, where it moves on to Nas's feature, which might be the best feature on the album if it's not Kendrick. I think Nas, honestly, Nas just has such an amazing contribution to this song that's about personal struggle and resilience in rap. And he's just such a compliment to what they did with this song. Man, man, it's just well-rounded. It's super well-rounded, looking at the production, looking at the flows. Everything about this was perfected, and I think we're looking at a 10 out of 10 song, really. This beat is so sick too. Like, man, this was the best on the album, I would say, and definitely one of the best of the year in rap. I think my song of the year is Lead Paint Test off of Billy Wood's album, or if we're gonna go to maybe like a Clouds by J. Cole, Balloonerism, you could go Funny Papers, Tomorrow We'll Never Know, but this is up there now. This is definitely going to be up there. And as time goes on, this might be my song of the year because this is crazy. This is a crazy, crazy, powerful track. Had to get the glaze out. This was the standout of the album. This is one of my top 5 songs of the year in rap. But then we're looking at the outro track, which is a really cool, soulful outro where By the Grace of God. And I mean, you can tell by the title, it's a faithful closer where Pusha T and Malice kind of look at faith carrying them through struggles and tough times and bringing them to where they are now in success in rap. I think the production is really, really cool as well. You get in that soulful vibe with Pharrell. Another standout track. Being an outro song is really important to an album, in my opinion, and I think this really sums up the album. And having a soulful closer like that, where they're more introspective and you're getting a really cool Pharrell beat. I think that's a really, really top-notch outro to an album like this. But that's the track list. That's the album. Like I said, this is a huge standout of the year. This is in my top 3 so far. Everyone knows I've mentioned Balloonerism and Billy Wood's album plenty on this channel. I had Balloonerism album of the year until Billy Wood's dropped. Then I went back to Balloonerism being album of the year, and currently, I mean, Billy Woods, Balloonerism, it's a toss-up. I can't make my decision, and when I have to talk about album of the year at the end of the year, I'll just let my future self handle that. I don't want to argue right now. It's so tough, but this is also in the conversation now, which makes album of the year an even tougher decision. This isn't some 2022 year where the Forever Story dropped and it's like, boom, you got the clear album of the year. This is like a lot of really quality projects that are all on par, but let God sort them out. You get the Clipse comeback and so many great Pusha T flows, amazing Pharrell production. It's so nice to get an album like this because this year hasn't been the greatest in rap. I've always mentioned Balloonerism, Billy Woods. I mean, you have The Weeknd's Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's not rap, but that's a standout of the year. I think it's so overrated, though. Lotus by Little Sims, Magic Alive, which I haven't even reviewed Magic Alive. I'll have to do that because that's a great album. That is such a beautiful concept, such an original concept, such a refreshing album. And you got songs off of there, like the title track, or if I look at the track list, Run Part 2. There's a lot of tracks off there, but this is not about Magic Alive today. That's it though. That is all I gotta say about the new Clipse album, and that is my review. This is amazing. This is an amazing album. Very quality, very cohesive, very consistent. And yeah, that's about it. Those are my thoughts. I think I'm about to feel a 8 out of 10 on this album. Right now, I actually do have it as a solid 8, an 8.5 out of 10, but that's pretty high. That's on par. That's what I have Billy Woods and Balloonerism as, but it might go to a light 8. We'll see. We'll see. It's in that range though. This is an amazing album. And yeah, that's about it. I appreciate all of y'all for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this album and what do y'all think is going to be better, Jack Boys 2 or we got Clipse album right here. Appreciate y'all for watching though. I'll see y'all in my next video.